Hidden on a small Caribbean island, surrounded by the ocean and a stunning garden, sits one of the lesser-known properties belonging to Donald Trump. Yet this luxury estate is still worth an absolute fortune. Today, we're going to peek behind the curtain of the property known as Château de Palmiers. We'll see what features it holds and how much they would cost to build. We'll then see how much the house is worth and the cost to rent it for a vacation. On top of this, we'll look at some famous Caribbean neighbors that have their own sprawling estates to lounge within. So, let's get started. Hidden away in the northeast Caribbean Sea is the island of St. Martin. What makes this island unusual is the fact that two different governments operate on it, with the French in charge of the north section and the Dutch operating in the southern section, named Sint Maarten. This deal happened all the way back in 1648 with the two nations signing the Treaty of Concordia. St. Martin isn't one of the most expensive islands in the Caribbean. The cost per square meter is around $3,270, while the most expensive is Bermuda at slightly over double the cost at $7,060, while the cheapest island is said to be Puerto Rico at $1,010. For comparison, the most expensive in the world is Hong Kong with a price of $31,496. Yet considering Donald Trump has an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion, he certainly has the means to make a good living in St. Martin. In 2013, Donald Trump decided to purchase an estate on the island from his friend, businessman Steve Hilbert, and his wife Thomasu. At the time, the couple were looking for $19.7 million for the property. Yet the actual fee Trump paid is undisclosed. The property is called Château de Palmiers. It's located in the French section. Yeah, the name was a pretty good hint, just off the beach of Plum Bay. The estate actually houses 2 villas, with 9 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms altogether. First, let's look at the main villa that's closer to the beach. With 5 bedrooms, the master bedroom alone takes up 2 full stories. It also has an ensuite that has a jacuzzi bath. The master suite provides 2 balconies to choose from and an office to go along with its ocean views. Another bedroom worth mentioning is the Regal Suite. This room has 2 king-size beds with an ocean view and an ensuite bathroom. The ocean villa even has a commercial-grade kitchen. The second villa has 4 bedrooms and it's positioned around a large garden. In the past, each of the rooms had different themes, such as the jungle room. Nowadays, the rooms aren't quite as elaborate, but just as luxurious. Each suite has an ensuite. 2 of the rooms even have a living area attached to relax in private, away from the main living room. The villa also has a breakfast terrace to take in the scenery as you have some toast. Beyond the villas, there's also a 2-bedroom estate manager's house within the 5-acre compound. With the Caribbean weather famous for being hot, outside provides a large swimming pool. But even in the cooler months, the pool will still be comfortable since it's heated. Depending on the size, a swimming pool can easily cost over $100,000 to build, with the average cost of a pool in the US being around $50,000. The annual maintenance fees are around $800 per year on the high end. Yet since it's heated, the cost of running the pool shoots up further. It can be as much as an extra $3,000 per year. Right next to Trump's pool is a bar and a cabana, with a number of red-roofed gazebos spread across the estate. There's a section of sunbeds around the pool to relax in as you take in the Caribbean sun. For those looking to stay in shape, the Château also has a fully equipped gym. The cost of setting up a private gym can be as low as $500 and as high as $28,000, depending on the equipment purchased and the size of the space. But if sport is more your thing, there's a synthetic tennis court as well. Depending on the weather, the court uses clay, grass, asphalt, concrete, or acrylic. The cost of setting up a court can be really pricey. According to the experts, the lowest cost is around $45,000, with the highest hitting $100,000. But if you prefer a sport that doesn't require as much running, but does need quicker reactions, there's also a ping pong table on the property. In May 2017, Trump put Château de Palmiers on the market. The asking price was set at $28 million. Yet by August of the same year, the price dropped by 40% to $16.9 million. But this property isn't used by the Trump family very often. In fact, it's primarily used as a rental income. From 2014 to 2017, Trump disclosed that the Château provided an income of around $3 million in that time frame. To date, the estate has been taken off the market, while Forbes have estimated that it's worth $13 million in 2019. But it's still available to rent for wealthy holidayers. An added incentive to vacation is the staff provided in that fee, which includes a personal chef. Just in case you were wondering, personal chefs can cost as much as $420 per week in the US, and that's not including the price of groceries. In 2018, the rental price was around $11,400 per night. Since then, the price has dropped. For just the larger villa, the cost is $45,000 per week in the high season and $35,000 in the low season. But if you want to book the whole villa, it'll cost $60,000 in the high season and $45,000 in the low. On the high end, that makes it roughly $8,600 per night. This fall in rental costs could be due to a dip in income for Trump due to the global events. After all, many people have less disposable income currently. However, it could also be due to Trump's current reputation. In 2019, Bloomberg produced an article that discovered Trump's tower was New York's least desirable luxury building, with most condos since 2016 being sold for a loss, while a little over 99% of Manhattan's homes have sold for a profit during a similar time period. As for the famous Caribbean neighbors to Trump, one is Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger. He owns a property called Star Groves on the island of Mystique. The Japanese-inspired villa was originally built in 1983 by architect Arnie Hasselquist. The property has 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms and offers a lot of privacy. The 6 bedrooms are spread out within 7 separate pavilions. There's one pavilion that's just for entertainment. As such, it has a piano, a billiard table, and a media lounge. Within the middle of the pavilions is a 25-foot-long swimming pool with a gazebo so guests can shelter from the strong sun. During 2016, the property was available for rent. For the low season, the price was $16,500 for the week, while the high season, $30,000. The Caribbean seems to be very attractive to the Rolling Stones, as bandmate Keith Richards also owns a property in the region. And yes, he's still alive. His house is on Parrot Cay, based in the Turks and Caicos Islands. This particular area can be very expensive to rent from. A villa for space for 6 people that also has butler service can cost as much as $10,105 per night. Another Parrot Cay resident is Bruce Willis, only he's actually a former resident. In March 2019, he put his Asian-inspired 5-bedroom estate on the market with an asking price of $33 million. The master bedroom alone takes up the entire second story. The 7.3-acre property that Willis purchased in 2000 even features a yoga pavilion, a home cinema, and a playground with a large pirate ship. In August 2019, the property was eventually sold for around 18% below the asking price at $27 million. Willis just missed out on claiming the title for the island's most expensive property sale, as nearby Oliver's Cove sold for $27.5 million in 2016. Since Willis's house had a pirate ship, it's only fair we look at the property belonging to a famous film pirate, Johnny Depp. But instead of just a mansion, he has his own private island, Little Halls Pond Cay. Based in the Bahamas, Depp bought the 45-acre island back in 2004 for a reported $3.6 million. He purchased the island after seeing it while filming 2003's Pirates of the Caribbean. He then built a ranch-style house with 360-degree views of the island. Final fact finish, speaking of people splashing out on islands, in 2012, Oracle founder Larry Ellison purchased 98% of one of the Hawaiian islands, Lanai. The other 2% is owned by the Hawaiian government. The cost of this set Ellison back a reported $300 million, making it the most expensive island purchase in the world. Congrats, Larry! Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.